Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Hedera, aka Hbar. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. Now overall, when we are talking about Bitcoin, similar into my XRP video from earlier, I did say watch for this weekend and Monday. Monday is, in my opinion, probably one of the most important dates to watch for, as that is going to be our monthly candle close. It's actually going to give us a little bit of a better insight on a lot of things in regards to even our altcoin holdings, where we're pretty much headed, and it will kind of be a telltale sign realistically if Bitcoin is going to have those nice swoops of the lows or try to break above 44K, which you guys are probably all aware of have been my targets since pretty much going back a while now. But with dominance right now, if we do swoop those lows one last time, which is around like the 33K zone on Bitcoin, we will see Hbar and a lot of our altcoin holdings go down a little bit lower. Now, I said this in the XRP video, but similar to XRP, Hbar is pretty much at these crucial levels. We are around 20 cents. We have been ranging around this point here. I know it's not the happiest times in crypto, but being in this market, understanding this technology, knowing what these altcoins actually are and what they are pretty much doing is the best way to really kind of feel a little bit, more disconnected emotionally from the price action on some of these, assets. Like imagine being an early investor into Amazon, right? Seeing the price fluctuations and knowing where it's going. Like you probably would not feel at all emotional about your investment. You probably would feel extremely confident. And that's pretty much how I am with Hedera. Like I know what Hbar is as a currency, as, pretty much the fuel for Hedera itself actually as well. And I know what this company is capable of doing with the potential behind it. So I don't really feel, not, confident with the price or anything like that. Like I look at this price today and I just know that we are going to be eliminating decimal points. I know that at some point in time, instead of it being, 20 cents, it's going to be $20. And, at some point in time, we know that that $20 will turn into $200 and so forth, especially if we're talking about how big crypto is going to be essentially by like around 2030, for an example, which is going to be around like $200 trillion in market cap value, which is insane to even think about. But we do know that this technology is being adopted at mass scale currently, and we do see a lot of talks about CBDCs, tokenization, digitization. This is why I'm a true believer in a lot of these major players like Hedera that is pretty much bringing major opportunity to this market in a sustainable green fashion that is not only efficient, but the highest grade secure, and of course, we know it is pretty much the most affordable DLT out there. In fact, let's actually jump in real quick. I'll get to that point, but let's just jump in and let's talk about a few things. So first off, we do see this from Kevin Cage, and this is actually a little bit of the same mentality that I have when it comes to Hbar or any sort of asset that I'm looking to buy. We do see Hbar pumps 1,500% to 45 cents. Everyone wants to buy. Crashes 60% and hangs around 17 cents for a while. Too scared to buy. Pumps 240%, creates another all-time high, 58 cents. Everyone wants to buy. Crashes almost 70%, too scared to buy. We all encounter the same emotions, just part of the game. And this actually is a very nice way of looking at it. Like everybody wants to buy an asset when it's green. Like I remember people were talking about Solana. I know that I was not talking about Solana. I will be completely honest with you guys. But I remember when people were actually talking about Solana, saying it's going to, go to the moon, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. And, nobody wanted to buy. Nobody wanted to buy this when it was at, $7, $4, $10, $15. But then all of a sudden, here comes this massive spike, hits $100, and suddenly everybody knows about Solana. Everybody wants to buy Solana. The same goes for any sort of asset in the space. Like people don't want to buy when things are low. I don't know what it is. Psychological effects in this market is something similar to emotions, right? It will get the best of you. When something pumps, you want to buy it. You have that fear of missing out. In my opinion, I don't have that When I see something that's pumped, I know it's going to crash. I always like to, say the saying, if it's going to ride like lightning, it's going to crash like thunder. And when the real time to buy an altcoin is when it already has had its major crashing point. I remember back in May when we tried to break above and hit that all-time high, we hit resistance. That's when I knew things were going to happen in a crashing formation. And that's when we seen, throughout all of summer, us go into that crashing formation. And I bought a ton of Hbar during the summer. In fact, I believe I told you guys that I was buying Hbar during the summer. And we're pretty much at that similar effect now. Hbar just recently, I think, hit like 18 cents. I want to say that it hit like 18 cents almost exact. And everybody was nearly scared to buy. Everybody was losing faith, losing, sort of any sort of, mentality behind Hedera in a bullish sense. They lost that. And that's a huge issue because when this hit, so it hit almost 19 cents exact. When this hit that price, almost everybody forgot about fundamentals. Trust me, I get it. Price action does matter. Price does matter. We're here to make money. But I want you to all understand that we're so early in what Hedera is actually going to become. I think that this is actually a very good point that Hbar to the Moon is making here. Dr. Lehman Baird has a really grand vision that is slowly coming to reality. Not many people can imagine and understand yet, but it's coming really fast. Open source Hashgraph will allow creation of unlimited private DLTs, all of which will communicate with Hedera for public trust. This is that open source technology. With that major innovation, okay, we are going to be seeing massive amounts of pretty much, it's similar to this, right? Unlimited private DLTs that are all going to pretty much build out solid use cases, solid projects that all will be powered by Hedera. This is similar to the forking technology of blockchain, right? Where there was multiple, other projects being built within that technology. We're going to see the same thing here, except guess what? It can only be built on one major player, and that is Hedera. What powers Hedera? Hbar. This is where the value will be perceived. And of course, this is also a very good chart to look at, right? We see the early market. We see the ease of adoptions as well. Honestly, I don't even think that we're in the early adopter stage, like of visionaries. I think that we're almost on the cusp of it. Maybe we're like right around this point here, like where we're pretty much a little bit above tech enthusiast. Who knows? But I don't think that we're even out of early market yet. I think that we're very close. If not, we already are kind of closing the gap in on, the ease of adoption or the mainstream market. But then again, we also have to look at crypto, right? Like, let's look at crypto in general. Where are we in terms of crypto? Are we in the tech enthusiast or the visionary stage? I honestly think that we're still in the visionary stage of crypto. I don't think that we have been adopted at mass scale yet. We have not even gone mainstream. I know that NFTs have been making their ways around. I know that NFT adoption is going absolutely crazy. But where's the true utility behind crypto? Because, when I look at it as tokenization, digitization. We're talking about CBDCs, e-currency, e-money. Like, that's what I look at. When I look at my, investments, I don't look at them as a dollar figure. I look at, if I'm holding 1,500 Hbar, it's worth 1,500 Hbar. Whatever Hbar's value to me is perceived, that's how much that 1,500 Hbar is actually worth. I don't care about the US dollar amount figure just because I just don't care to hold US dollar. If I did, I would be holding US dollar instead of my Hbar. And of course, we are still seeing major updates within the Hedera scene as well. SaucerSwap, right? I told you guys, focus on this project. This is going to be a huge project. NFTs, roadmap, documents, countdown, saucers. There's a lot here. They actually just released their website. Looks very solid. I actually really do like this. Now, similar to my other stuff, like, and you can just click enter, hyperspace, welcome to the future. Pretty much very cool website, very nice designs and everything. I just think that this is very cool. And of course, there's a ton of information on this. You guys could do your own reading here. I'm not going to do a full breakdown here, but of course, here's that roadmap. I think that this is going to be very fun. I think that this is a project that I'm going to be paying attention to greatly. But similar to even, Like let's talk about, the smart contract service. Like I just minted NFTs. You guys are probably all aware that I sold some NFTs. It was the Crypto Moon Boys. I've been waiting to launch them for a very long time. I was going to launch them on Jigstack. Jigstack, decided to delay more and more. So I just said, I'm launching on Hedera. Hedera is the clear cut and dry winner to me for NFT adoption because guess what? I minted my NFTs, the full collection of 4 so far. I'm going to be releasing a white paper, roadmap, and all that kind of stuff within it. And I'm going to be building a website. It's going to take a little bit of time for the most part. I minted these NFTs on Hedera using hash access actually, and it was such an easy process. Cheapest process I've ever seen in terms of NFT minting and even selling. This is why Hedera is going to be absolutely killing the game. Look at these prices. I mean, we're talking about, from the contract basis, when we're talking about minting tokens and stuff, like $1, I mean, come on. You're not seeing that anywhere else. Even like on XLM and stuff, the prices are completely different. Yeah, sure, they're cheap still, but they're not as cheap as Hedera. Hedera is absolutely killing the game in terms of smart contracts, in terms of NFTs. They are in the metaverse scene. We know that for sure. And like, listen, when we're talking about the metaverse scene, we're talking about NFTs. I just think Hedera is the lead player here. I know from an overall perspective on NFTs, I've used OpenSea, I've used, Ethereum within OpenSea, even using Polygon, aka Matic, right? Hedera still is the winner to me. That's why I say, like, if we're talking about what's going to be happening within the Hashgraph scene for the open source, right? That's going to provide so much more volume, so much more value to be pretty much communicating with Hedera as the major overall network that's going to power the adoption of all these other DOTs, all these other projects and platforms that are going to be built on the Hashgraph overall technology. Like, this is what I'm looking at. Okay, and that's why when we're looking at the overall chart here, we are extremely early into what Hedera is becoming. I just don't see, at least from my perspective, maybe it's because I'm a visionary on this, I just don't see Hedera not being in the top 10, the top 5. I also don't see Hedera still being 20 cents, anytime soon. I am just extremely happy for the future of Hedera being in crypto, being an early adopter of crypto still. I know that it might not seem like we're early in the space, but at less than a $2 trillion market cap, guys, I want you to all realize how cheap that actually is for what we are investing in. You could look at the use cases behind Hedera. You could look at the use cases behind XRP. These are just singular projects in a space where there's 17,000 plus crypto assets in a market that has a market cap of $1.66 trillion. Realize how early you are, and I'm telling you, Hedera is for sure a clear cut and dry winner. We know the technology, we know the team. In my opinion, there's nothing to be uncertain about when it comes to Hbar's success. I know short term you might be looking at, I want 100x, I want 1000x. These are still investments. You could diversify your holdings and make gains elsewhere and pretty much flood them in to Hedera. That's basically what I do. It's the best way to succeed in this game. But of course, like I said, if you're feeling uncertain, feeling unconfident, maybe do some more research, maybe look into other altcoins. Nobody is telling you that you need to hold Hbar. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.